an increase of 27.5% for all teachers in Delta State as professional teachers allowance. And in the secondary schools, we are talking about 16,050 teachers or 16,500 teachers. While in the primary school, we have about 19 to 20,000 teachers, all of them professionals.
We had to employ massively teaching and non-teaching staff. And another thing we are doing also is to ensure that, of course, we take care of their welfare, their salaries and allowances we pay regularly.
There is a rural allowance for teachers.
I want to thank the state government through the Honorable Commissioner for instituting the rural allowance.
Salaries for secondary school teachers alone will come to about 20 to 21 billion naira a year. Then for primary schools, the responsibility for the payment of primary school teachers is that of the local government. The Delta State government contributes about 600 million naira every month to the payment of primary school teachers. 600 million naira every month. That comes to about 7 billion naira a year. You know how many St. Patrick's 7 billion naira will build for me every year? If we're not contributing that money, if we're not intervening with 600 million naira a month. Salaries are paid regularly. Delta State does not owe any worker, no talk of teachers' salary. Now, of recent, Delta State teachers in the secondary school system can now aspire to get to level 17, effective January 1, 2013. Well, we just promoted 50 principals to level 17, which is ahead of anywhere. That's the salary of senior directors, not just directors. My principals get there now.
The environment has changed. In fact, it's kudos to the present dispensation, the government, and the environment has been enhanced, greatly enhanced.
There's a big difference. We have new structures, in fact, a complete turnaround.
The students, the teachers, and my humble self are very happy with what we have seen, what is going on. We are happy with what is going on. We want to thank the government for making learning conducive.
In short, we are very grateful to God for the governor in this aspect, at least for remembering the students and remembering the teachers.
So we have this continuing education program for them. In fact, the last one we did in December, we're even giving them laptops after the training.
No child is denied education on account of the social standing of the parent, or not even having a parent at all. No child is denied education on account of that.
So we have ensured that education is free, both at the basic and the secondary, even up to the external exam stage. Now, we are doing this because we noticed that many of our children, at one time or the other, will not go to school because the parents don't have the money to even buy the basic exercise book or pay one levy or the other.
And it's for that reason that no child in Delta State pays examination fees, internal and external.
Delta State, no more suffering and smiling. Finger of God upon us, we're shining. Governor Oduagos working, we're happy. Happily with Delta's the Mary.
For the 2012 budget, what we had for exams, external was about 640 million naira released to the ministry to take care of internal exams and external examinations. If you divide all these things, we spend exam fees, subvention to principals, right? Subvention to CI training of teachers and all that in the year. What Delta State is paying as tuition per child costs about 140,000 to 160,000 naira per child in the secondary school.
In the name of the Father, Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
We handed over 40 secondary schools to the original owners, the missionaries, majorly. Why did we do that? And why are we still interested in those schools after handing them over? We discovered that when the missionaries were running their schools, they did much, much better, morally and academically, even sports-wise. They were doing much, much better. St. Patrick, you have seen now, we have not finished with it. We have brought down the hostels. What you have seen is the school itself. As I'm talking to you, work is going on in the hostel and rebuilding the hostel for the children. Now, it takes a very bold government to say, no, this thing cannot continue like this. Let us start by giving the schools back to their owners and watch. And what I've seen since we handed over those schools justifies what the governor has done.
If we pay particular attention to the growth of our children, the building of our children, if we're able to invest in our children, we'll be a wonderful country. But if that is lacking, that's the result of the decadence we have, Aaron. It's not just a beginning, because we expect that this should be replicated in all the places, and that's what it is to be a state that recognizes the dignity of individuals.
Delta State Agency for Adult and Non-Formal Education, the responsibility is to eradicate illiteracy. The purpose, the mission of the Delta State Agency for Adult and Non-Formal Education is to eradicate illiteracy, that will bring illiteracy, total illiteracy rate to 0, and literacy, that's complete literacy, to 100%.
A second chance. That's the agency that provides a second chance, or even a first chance to those who didn't have the first chance.
Most of them who came in as stark illiterate, as naked illiterates. They first spend the first 9 months as 1 year at the basic level, where they are taught various things. Then the next stage, which is the post-basic, the next 3 years, they are taught our primary school curriculum. That first primary 1, primary 2, primary 3. That's post-basic. At the end of it, they are issued a post-basic literacy certificate. Then after that, they continue to continuing education to primary 6, to GSS, and many of them go further to WAEC and NECO.
I see old women, old men who could not write their names, who could not read the alphabet, have gone through primary and now are now applying to be registered to write the junior secondary school 3 exam. It makes us very happy in this ministry.
Before I came, I don't know anything, but now God has helped me more.
Yeah, before I came, I cannot read very proper, but now I can read.
We have been able to train about 18,000 Deltans, converted them from illiteracy status to literacy status.
When I came in, I didn't know anything. I cannot read. But when I just start, I can read and write. I can read some books and write.
So I'm happy that I'm here. At least I've learned more things that I don't know before. I can read now, I can write very well.
We are not paying any money, just for free. And our uncle is teaching us very well the way that we can understand it.
I think there's that transformation, socially, academically, and all that. Because some of them, when they came in, they were that crude. But After being with us for some time, they are being polished, and we can see that there's that transformation in them.
My ministry, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, has always got an unfair share. When I say unfair, an unfairly higher share of the budget every year. But what is making that as happy is that there is the political will to continue developing the infrastructure of our schools.
I like the library, the hall, the classrooms, and they are very beautiful.
I like this school. They have playing ground, they have soccer, good class, teachers are well, good. I like the class so much.
I love the library, I love the computer room and the school and the classes. And I want to thank the governor for what he has done, for giving us this beautiful environment. Thank you, sir.